Hi guys, I just wanted to share with you my latest thrift transformation. It's a 90s lace top, probably from the 80s, which I turned into a matching crop top and skirt. This is how I started. First of all, I always start with deconstructing the garment. So here I have started unpicking the sleeves and detaching it from the bodice. So this is sleeve number 1. Now we're moving on to sleeve number 2 and detaching it from the body. Moving on, we will detach the sleeves so that it's in an open piece, opening up at the seams. I'm just unpicking again and detaching it. We're going to move on to cutting across the bodice. So this main body frame is what I want to essentially transform the top into a crop top. So lining up where I want to cut, using the texture to outline the line and then cutting across it. So I'm just going to reflect this template onto the other side and cutting it exactly the same way as I did on the left hand side. Using pins to set it in place so that it doesn't move, I will then cut the template around it, and then since I've reflected this, I will now take out the pins and see what it looks like on the mannequin. So far it looks good. At 10 centimeters, I will mark on the remainder of the bodice in which has been cut out from, and just mark across it to create a rectangle band. So this rectangle piece will be used for the back piece of the new bodice that I want to create. Using the mannequin, I will drape that back piece to help me visualize how I want it to sit on the crop top. Next, I will move on to the skirt, and what I'm doing here is marking in the dots in which I want. Next, I am using the sleeves and creating strips to match the crop top shoulder seam. So what this will do is be an extension of what will soon be the halter neck. Sewing across at these seams, I am going to sew across on the shoulder seams. Next, I am going to sew across the waist, and then now moving on to creating a clean finish using double folded binding. I'm going to do this on the skirt so that it doesn't have any raw edges and that it's a clean finish. That's what the back and front looks like. After sewing the seams of the halter neck through to the top, I'm going to turn it inside out. Seeing as it was sewn inside where the lining was, it's important to just turn it inside out so that it's from the inside through to the outside. Now I'm moving on to back stitching on the garment. And so what this does is that after you iron the garment, when it's fully finished, it holds all the seams in place and that there's no showing of the lining on the outside. I'm gonna close off the halter neck strip, and then now I am moving on to closing off all the other raw edges of the halter neck top using a double folded binding technique again. This is quick and easy, and it's neat to finish. Next, I'm gonna use a hook and eye kind of thing, and I'm gonna hand stitch it to the top of the skirt where the top of the button is. And so what this will do is that it'll tuck in any flap that will occur with the skirt. And so that is the end of my tutorial. Thank you for watching, and here is the before and after of my video.